Travis Kelce is a 6'5", 250-pound tight end in the NFL. His Hall of Fame career has gotten him into some of the best situations between winning multiple Super Bowls, numerous NFL All-Pro honors, and dating Taylor Swift. This is all after being kicked off his college football team and having his scholarship revoked, being told that he will never play football again. Travis Kelce was born October 5, 1989 in Westlake, Ohio. Travis was raised by his parents, Ed and Donna, and his brother named Jason, who was 2 years older than him. Travis was always competing with his brother Jason, and the two bonded over playing nearly every single sport that they could. Travis attended Cleveland Heights High School in Ohio, where he was a three-sport athlete playing football, basketball, and baseball. Travis's sophomore year, he was set to be the starting quarterback of the football team, taking snaps from his brother Jason, who was the center, but unfortunately Travis failed a French class, making him ineligible to play. This was a huge letdown to the family because his brother Jason was a senior and this would probably be their final time to play in a game together. His brother Jason got a scholarship to play football at the University of Cincinnati, motivating Travis to really make a name for himself, to start to get some colleges recruiting him and make sure that he is passing all of his classes. His senior year at quarterback, he scored a total of 31 touchdowns, including rushing for over 1,000 yards. It would be safe to say that Travis was a mobile quarterback, given the fact that he only threw for 1,500 yards. He also played forward on the basketball team with hopes to be a two-sport college athlete playing basketball and football. But this was not enough to have any big-time schools calling him, and he was just a two-star football recruit, with analysts saying, "Kelce is a big, strong quarterback prospect with good mobility. College coaches might be tempted to position this kid at tight end or defensive end with his great blend of size and athleticism. But we do see some upside as a signal caller." The Cincinnati Bearcats offered Travis a scholarship, and it was a dream come true. He was headed to play football with his brother in college. Travis had limited time on the field as a freshman, but still managed to score a pair of touchdowns. But come Travis's sophomore season, Travis failed another test. But this time, it was for a drug test, and he tested positive for cannabis, and that was it. They kicked Travis off the football team and revoked his scholarship.
My sophomore year, I had the Wildcat. My second year in college, I had the Wildcat, which was ended up being my redshirt freshman year. And then that next year, I got kicked off the team. Mm-hmm. And when I got kicked off the team, that year was my brother's senior year. And the entire offseason, he was begging the coaches to give me another chance, set a list of things that I had to accomplish to be able to reap the benefit of playing football at the University of Cincinnati, or appreciate the opportunity of playing football again at the University of Cincinnati. And I'm forever thankful for that conversation. I mean, it took a lot of guts for him to be able to go in there and put his name on the line for myself, knowing that, I threw this scholarship away and down the drain like it didn't mean nothing to me. And it was a moment where I had to grow up. I had to grow up and become a man of my own mistakes. Because up to that point, it was always, oh yeah, I could get away with this, I could get away with that. Well, like my father says, the bullshit always catches up.
The coaching staff decided to give Travis a second chance, but things were much different. They told Trav that he is no longer going to be a quarterback. They threw him on the scout team and said that they would figure out where to put him. With his size and basketball experience, they wanted to try Kelce at tight end. It isn't an uncommon thing for basketball players to be converted to tight end. It turned Antonio Gates from an average basketball player at Kent State to a Hall of Fame NFL player. This would be a blessing in disguise for Travis. His junior year was underwhelming as Travis was getting used to a position that he had never played before, but his senior season he had 45 receptions for 722 yards and 8 touchdowns. This put Travis from not even being considered by NFL teams to potentially being in the first few rounds of the NFL draft. His draft profile noted, Kelce has been a tremendous run blocker throughout his career for the Bearcats, but really elevated his game as a receiver in his senior season. He isn't a tremendous athlete, but he does a lot of things very well. It's a deep tight end class, but Kelce's play suggests that he should be highly sought after. And an NFL comparison to the future Hall of Famer Rob Gronkowski, with his 6'5", 255-pound frame. The 2013 NFL Draft began, and the first day of the draft passed, but Travis had not received a call from any teams. Day 2 of the draft rolls around, and Travis gets a call from head coach Andy Reid of the Kansas City Chiefs, who had just recently become the coach after being let go from the Philadelphia Eagles.
The Kansas City Chiefs select Travis Kelce.
Andy Reid was a little worried about Travis and if he would mess up this opportunity.
I remember this. I'm going to bring back a memory for you. Game's over. They just destroyed Temple. And I come over to the locker room. You're there with your mom. Yep. And he comes beep up and out and just giving me the business.
Yeah.
Like we're long lost friends. And I'm going, deep down, I'm going, if I get my hands on that son of a buck, I am going to rip his heart out. But I played along with it.
Yeah.
I played along with it. Cocky. Jamie is cocky.
Yeah.
But just as the season was starting and his dream of playing in the NFL is coming true, Travis got injured in the preseason, which led him to getting microfracture surgery on his knee, placing him on injured reserve, causing him to miss his entire first season. He was able to bounce back after having an extremely promising second season and went on to make his first Pro Bowl in his second healthy season in the league. And Travis is starting to become an icon in the NFL, which brings us to Catching Kelce. This was a reality TV show where 50 girls from 50 states compete to end up with Travis Kelce. The show did not receive the greatest ratings, and Travis ended up with Maya Benberry from Kentucky. However, the couple did not last long, but it was for the best, and we'll get to that in a bit. The Chiefs drafted quarterback Patrick Mahomes in 2017. This took Travis, who was already on pace to have a Hall of Fame career, to being considered one of the greatest ever, leading him to win his first Super Bowl. Things got even crazier in 2022 when Travis faced his brother Jason in the Super Bowl. Travis got the win on his big brother, but there was something even more special. The two brothers had started a podcast at the beginning of the season called New Heights. This became extremely successful after documenting both of their runs to the Super Bowl to meet each other in the final game. Their parents were all over national headlines, with them being the first brothers to ever play against each other in a Super Bowl.
Pops, who are you rooting for?
Yeah, now that we're here,
Kelce.
who are you rooting for?
Who are you rooting for?
Okay.
Kelce.
Well,
Okay, but there's two teams, so
We'll be here
gotta
all
pick
day
somebody.
well then we're going to be here a long time while you try and get that.
Travis celebrated the win with his girlfriend Kayla Nicole, but the two split up several months later, ending their 5-year relationship. But it must not be going that terrible, because Travis may be possibly landing his crush, who happens to be Taylor Swift. It's reported that the two are now officially dating. Good work, Travis. If you enjoyed this video, click right here for another, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos.